My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake. Welcome to Joe Knows South Lake. Oh man, I am so glad to be back on the air. I want to welcome you to the Orlando Cat Cafe here at Cagan Crossings. I am joined by Sandy Cagan, who is I want to get this right, the Senior Vice President of the Cagan Management Group and the developer of Cagan Crossings. I said it right, didn't I?
You did.
I'm notorious. And also the owner of the Orlando Cat Cafe. Now, I will give you a few caveats. If you see the cameras moving a little bit, or you see me like kick out, everything's okay. We're surrounded by cats. If you see me sniffle, I am a little allergic to cats, but I think this is going to be fun. You know, one of the really impressive things here is it smells clean. It doesn't have that cat smell. So just to start off, Sandra, welcome to Joe Knows South Lake. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Weird time of life. Obviously, the country's crazy. We're all still dealing with COVID in one form or another. Tell us a little bit, and I say that so that people understand that's why you still have a mask on, because
Yes.
we're still in the time of COVID. Tell us a little bit about how this concept came to be.
So the Orlando Cat Cafe opened in September of 2016. And the story is in 2015, I was turning 50, and I was looking for a way to make a little bit of a difference in the world. People say when you turn 50, you stop thinking about what you're going to put on your resume, and you start thinking about what people are going to say at your eulogy.
True.
So the last news story that I happened to see on NBC Nightly News in December of 2014 was about a cat cafe that opened in New York. And that story stayed with me for many days and into weeks. And I thought, people are always talking about how they can make a difference. I can't do anything about climate change. I can't do anything about Syria or Darfur. But I'm a lifelong lover of cats. I have 25 years experience in the property management field. I thought, you know what, I probably could do that. So the very first week of January 2015, I reached out to Lake County Commissioner Sean Parks, and the beginning of my email said, "You're gonna think I'm crazy," but that was my very first sentence. And he responded within really just a couple of hours, and he said, "I don't think you're crazy at all, and I'm gonna help you." And so, we opened, it still took a long time, even with 25 years experience in property management. We are the first cat cafe to open up in the state of Florida, and so there was quite a bit of education to do with people. When the health department hears cats and food in the same sentence, their answer is usually no. So there was a lot of educating to do, but we have been successful beyond my wildest dreams. We've had, since opening in September of 2016, we've had over 80,000 visitors from all over the world. And as of today, we have adopted 1,212 cats and kittens to their permanent homes.
So tell us a little bit about that. I know that you work here. Well, first let me ask, the coffee shop's an entirely separate business, right? I want this to be clear for folks.
Right, so this is a collaborative effort between Cagan Management Group, Orlando Cat Cafe, and our coffee partner, Minch Coffee, and SPCA Florida. So we get all of our cats and kittens from SPCA Florida. They come to us spayed, neutered, microchipped, and up to date on their inoculations. And so 100% of the adoption fees go directly to SPCA Florida. Minch Coffee Company operates our coffee shop. So how this works is you enter through the coffee shop. If you'd like to get a pastry, coffee, sandwich, panini, what have you, pie, you can stay on the coffee shop side. If you have a cat allergy, you're fine there. We have 2 separate AC, 2 separate ventilation systems. There's a big viewing window where you can see the cats and kittens here in the play area. If you'd like to come into the cat play area, there's a modest charge of $8 for adults and children. You come in here for an hour and enjoy your pastries and coffee amongst the adoptable cats and kittens. We have anywhere between 12 and 25 cats and kittens at any given time. And even if you're not in the market to adopt, it's just a nice, fun place to come. It's relaxing, especially in this year of COVID. People have been exceptionally stressed out. This is a really nice, relaxing environment. Everyone who comes in has a chance to play and pet the cats and kittens, and that makes them a better pet for whoever does ultimately adopt them. So it's really a win-win for everyone.
Do you know, I want to say that I think that distinction of the separation is important for people to understand, because I think that when they hear the partnership, they think that they're going to have to like eat their pie and be surrounded by a cat. And that's
No.
completely a personal choice.
Completely separate.
Because this is completely separate.
Right, there's a vestibule, there's a double door vestibule, so if you just want to stay on the coffee shop side and maybe look at the cats, or maybe not even want to look at the cats, maybe you just want to come for coffee and a sandwich, you're more than welcome, of course, to stay on the Minch coffee side. But if you want to come in, this is where our collaborative partnership works.
I think that the idea that you have an entirely separate air conditioning and ventilation system for them, for both sides, and the vestibule, there is actually a walkway. It very seldom would both doors, would the door to the coffee shop and the door to the cat cafe be open at the same time?
Done by design, so that there's we've never had a cat get onto the coffee side. They would have to go through very many doors in order to do that. The ventilation systems was an extra cost, of course, during build-out for us, but that was the correct way to do that. We don't want to, if you have a cat allergy, as you said you did, you would be able to sit in the coffee shop all day long and never have an issue.
As a matter of fact, to that point, I was actually over there. We were waiting. We were getting set up, and I'm sitting there enjoying my coffee. And I'm looking at them, going, "Where are the cats?" And I can see this great big dark window. And almost as soon as I thought it, one of the cats popped up on the windowsill. Because the lights weren't on over here.
Right.
So it really is kind of a concept now. Jay's over here laughing. I'm sure a cat's doing something very cute behind me.
We have a lot of, right now we have 19 cats and kittens in residence.
I don't think Jay realizes it, but a cat has actually found a way to get onto the case behind him. And the poor thing, now that it's got up there, can't figure out how to get down, so it's kind of settled in.
No, he knows how to get down.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he got up there, he
He
knows how to get back
It's looking
down.
all pathetic.
Right.
Now, do you know the name of every cat in here? I know you've talked.
I don't know the name of, that's part of the blessing of working here, is that sometimes we have a cat that stays with us maybe for several weeks before they find their permanent home. Other times they are literally here for less than 5 minutes. When they come in from SPCA, Florida, several transports per week, sometimes their adoptive family is here, and so they come in so quickly that we don't even get to really learn their names. I'm in town back and forth, so I would probably say I know about a quarter of their names right now.
This is very interesting, and again, as somebody who is allergic, it's very impressive. There's no carpet. The couches are not a cloth surface, so
No,
even
again, this was all done by design, and here, we'll probably look around a little bit, but the litter boxes, are all in the back area. There's no litter boxes here in the cat play area. Food, water, litter boxes are all in the back. When the cats come in, they come in from SPCA through the back door, and there's beds and comfy areas there to hang out in. We never force anybody to come out to the cat play area. They have a little kiddie door where they can go back and forth. But if they want some privacy to eat, drink, use the restroom facilities, they can do that in private. And then, of course, our guests don't have to deal with you have 19 cats, litter boxes are an issue.
You'd said $8 to come. Is that for the whole family, or is that per person?
Per person.
So if a mom wanted to bring her kids over,
Yeah,
it's going to be $24
It's a
for an hour.
pretty inexpensive day out to, or an hour out to have some fun, and to, there's nothing else like it. So it's the 80,000 visitors that we've had from all over the world. Many of them travelers, they miss their cat at home. Maybe they're on holiday and they miss their cat at home. Others just have never seen anything like this. I like to think of this as really the future of cat adoptions, because right now because shelters are set up the way they are and because they have to be set up that way, you have dogs and cats and kittens that are in cages. And how do you interact with that cat or kitten? You look at them and say, oh, that gray one is cute, the orange one has, nice whiskers. But that's hardly the way to make a decision for a lifelong family member. Here, you get to see the cat or kitten in a more natural environment. You get to see how they react to other cats and kittens. You get to see how they react to other people. And I would say 90% of the time, and that's really no exaggeration, the cat picks the family. The family may come in here and say, I saw the orange kitten online and I think I want to adopt the orange kitten. Yet it is the gray cat that comes and sits on their lap and plays with them, and by the end of the hour, they're like, yeah, you know what, I think they kind of chose me. And we've seen that over and over and over. That's not just a one-time occurrence. We see that
That's kind of the
every
difference.
week.
It's the difference between cats and dogs, isn't it? Cats say, you don't get to adopt me, I adopt
Pretty
you,
much.
right?
That's-
Dogs
yeah,
are like,
yeah.
please
Yeah.
pick me.
That is pretty much true, but we've seen people come in and then, then of course they're thrilled with the cat that picked them. We see the cat pick the family over and over and over.
Let me ask you something. If people want to adopt, do they just come in? Is there special paperwork?
No, so we go through an adoption process here that you can download the paperwork ahead of time, but we do ask that you fill out a kind of a getting to know you form so we know a little bit about the family situation. Our adoption counselors that are on site here, they know the cat's personality very well. So we will, in a short period of time, be able to figure out, hey, does this cat get along with other people? How does this cat do with children? Is this a cat that likes a lot of attention? Is this like a more laid-back cat? So we know the cat's personality. So we try to do the best we can in making a perfect match right from the start. And then we do go through a process where we will call some references, whether they're personal references, your vet reference if you have a cat or a dog at home. We're going to call, check to make sure that cat or dog is up to date on their inoculations. If you're in a renting situation, we're going to call the landlord, make sure that pets are allowed under the lease. We want to really try to make the most perfect match that we can. And so oftentimes that can all take place in one day. So if you come in here, let's say at 11 o'clock in the morning, you fill out your paperwork, we do the getting to know you form, I can get a hold of all your references, then you will very well be able to take that pet home the same day.
Great. And what are the costs?
The adoption fees are set by SPCA Florida. As I mentioned, all adoption fees, 100% go directly to them. It's $100 for cats over 6 months of age, and $125 for cats and for kittens up to 6 months of age.
All right, great. Let me ask you something. If anybody has any questions, if they want to find you online, where do they go to?
It's
If they want more information.
www.orlandocatcafe.com. We have a pretty extensive website. Reservations are strongly recommended, We have a limited amount of people that we allow in the cat play area at a time, and that is further limited right now during COVID, so we're working at half capacity right now. So reservations are strongly recommended. Our phone number is 352-989-4820. And again, our website, www.orlandocatcafe.com, has all the information that you need, including the forms that you can fill out ahead of time to adopt.
Well, Sandra, thank you very much. I really appreciate you filling us in about this. I think that we've at least alleviated some confusion about what goes on here. Again, folks, I want you to know that I spent some time in the cafe this morning, the coffee side, and literally didn't know there was a cat here until one popped up in the window. So it is kind of cute here and relaxing.
Kind of cute?
Well,
very cute.
I'm a dog guy. What do you want? I want to say thank you so much. And if you'd like to know how to get your business featured here on Joe Knows South Lake, just reach out to me at onejoeknows@gmail.com. You can also find us on southlake.tv is our website. You can find us there, or reach out to us through our Facebook page. I will see you later, and I love you. Bye-bye. My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake.